Hey everybody, it's your bro Luke Feast, back at you with another video. In this video, I'm going to make a greatest hits album. Some of you may know that I have music. I mostly make rock music, but sometimes I have some rap or reggae or whatever. Lobo! So in this video, I'm going to make a greatest hits album. I'm going to get onto some mixing and making the album cover. I still have all the guitar tracks and drums and bass and all the vocals saved for the songs in my previous albums. But I feel like it could have been mixed better. I know what you're thinking, why did you mix it good the first time before you uploaded it to Spotify? Well, I think I was still learning, and I'm still learning how to mix, and mixing is a whole new thing to me and to making music for me. And I think I want to learn more about it, but I noticed some things that could have made the mixing better that I'm going to do in this video. And if you know a lot about mixing, maybe you can help me in the comment section below and say, hey, don't do that, do this, or whatever. That would be kind of cool. But without further ado, let's get on to the video of me mixing. I'm going to mix my song Torn Heart, and then I'm going to get onto the album cover. So let's get into the video. Now, I'm going to get on to the mixing. I'm going to open a software called Cakewalk. Cakewalk is a free mixing software you can get off the internet. I'll make a new project. I don't want to open this. That's something I was working on. I'm going to work on a new project called Torn Heart. So it gives you this blank document. Thankfully, I already have the guitar tracks recorded, and I want it to be the same guitar track I recorded for the actual album. This is a song I made called Torn Heart, and it goes a little something like this. I want to mix it to make it sound a little nicer and not as loud, because I feel like all the instruments were competing with each other and it was upping the volume, and I feel like I could have mixed it better. So let's go to my files, Torn Heart. And these are all the tracks I have saved. Yes, I still have them saved from years ago when I made this album. And we can drag in the drums. Also, a way I made the drums was through a separate instrument plugin called MT Power Drum Kit, which you can get off the internet. Now let's add, so this is what it sounds like so far. Now let's add the bass. The bass. The rhythm guitar. The lead guitar. Oh, there's no solo in this song. And there's another rhythm guitar for a different part of the guitar. And I'll add the vocals later. I'm just gonna focus on the instruments. So I'm gonna, these don't line up perfectly, so I have to sync them together. When I recorded the live instruments, they didn't sync up perfectly with the built-in instruments. Let's see how that sounds. But we can add distortion to it. So if we go to Views, Console View, we can go to this bass, the bass track, and we can click next to Effect, this is plus. Let's go to Audio Effect, Guitar, TH3. I found this on by accident, honestly, but when it opens this thing with a bunch of guitar amps. And we can drag in bass. And I like having my bass guitar really trebly. Like, I don't know, I just do. So we'll add the treble up and maybe the bass can go down. We can turn down the bass, and now I'm going to add the same kind of effect to the guitar. So we can go to Guitar, this effect, and it's just a clean guitar right now, but we add this amp, and this will make it like sound distorted. I like turning up it a little bit. I like having the audio peak at between -6 and -3. I think that's where it's supposed to peak. I'm not quite sure. Next instrument, I'll add the amp to the lead guitar. I'm gonna turn that down. And then the bridge is gonna be a clean guitar. Right here at the end, it goes like. I'll have to add a clean guitar, so I'm gonna go like Audio Effect, Guitar. But I'm gonna add this amp instead, the orange one. And I think that'll give it more of a clean sound. so it sounds more jazzy. Now, I'm gonna add the vocals.
I don't care.
So now the vocals are really quiet because all the other instruments are competing with each other. I'm gonna turn down the rhythm guitar.
I don't care about anything else besides the goals I'll create. Well, I'm fully capable, but
I'm also gonna raise the audio for the vocals.
I don't care about anything else besides the goals I'll create. Well, I'm fully...
Now, I don't know if it's a bad idea to bring the master down, but the problem is all these instruments are competing with each other, making this master peak, which isn't good because then it loses data. So if you notice, like the rhythm guitar, the lead guitar, bridge, all these instruments are playing.
So mad, my heart is torn and I don't care.
But the master's peaking right here. So what if I bring the master down?
So mad, my heart is torn and I don't care.
Will that make it better?
Left me there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring the master down just so it's not like peaking.
I can find a bright sunny day. Will the pain all go away?
Now, I think that's pretty good. Now, I'm just gonna export it. If you wanna export it, I noticed you have to select all of it, and then you go to File, Export Audio. And I'm gonna call it, you know what, I also wanna add the 420 anthem to this greatest hits album. And export. Let's go. Now, I'm gonna get on to making the album cover. And yes, this will be on Spotify. I started with a blank piece of paper and then started making a box around the paper, a square box, because album covers need to have boxes. They need to be in an exact square shape. So I started making lines indicating where the square would be. There it is. And then I started adding calligraphy for my name. I started penciling it out and writing my name on the album cover, indicating it's my album. And then I bordered it up and wrote greatest hits. Then I added a fist because I thought it'd be kind of funny to add a fist to the album cover like greatest hits. I also started adding references from my other albums like the Angry Mohawk Guy from Alone Around People and Angry American. And then I made a silhouette for my album Autistic and Artistic by just tracing over. Autistic and Artistic only has a picture of me, so I just traced over a silhouette. And then I also added the Sacrificial Lamb reference. I also have an album called Nerds Are Cool, so I added a reference from that. And then I went on to Adobe Illustrator, where I inked the image and I started manipulating the image. I started coloring it, and I made the fist a tan color. And I started coloring all the references in my name, and the characters. And then I realized the greatest hits looked a little rough. I wanted to make it bigger so people would see it, but the calligraphy still looked rough, so I had to clean it up a little bit. Make it look a little more legible. Made it bolder, and then I needed a background, so I decided to find a good color. I think brown would be good, but I want it to have like a flow. There we go. Then I decided to add myself in the album cover and added a picture of me over the fist. Then I exported the album cover. Thank you for watching that video. I used to post all my cartoons, films, and music straight onto this channel, but now this channel is going to be for how I make the cartoons, films, and music, and I have new channels for Feast Toons with all my cartoons, Feast Films, which I'm still working on, and my gaming channel is right here, and you can check out this channel with all my tutorials. So stay tuned and have a great day.